All right. DJs. Hey, Billy Bass Drum. Greetings from Finland. I'm a 20-year-old musician, and for the past few years, I've been getting into electronic music. Before you call me a mousehead, I wouldn't know the difference between the mousehead-looking guy or the other guy who looks like one of the two Coreys. About that, you hear in mainstream clubs, there are a number of DJs or whatever you want to call them who actually can play some real instruments. I play guitar, drums, bass, and some piano. It is true that a big part of making music on a computer is editing, but when you record your own samples, it is as time-consuming and tedious as any form of music. You know, you had me right up until then. Well, so is painting a house. Does that mean the guy painting the house is Hendrix? That doesn't make any sense to me, sir. Listen, I know that what you're doing is an art, okay? I'm not, I just make fun of shit, okay? Don't get all fucking, don't get any sadder than you are, all right? Don't add any more black clothing or eyeliner to your fucking wardrobe. See, that's one of the stereotypes. We don't do that. Anyways, he says overrated, too much deodorant. No sane person wants you to smell like nuclear waste. Underrated. Using the stairs. I see way too many lazy fucks always taking the most convenient way. If you got a pair of functioning legs, fucking use them. You'll thank yourself later. Anyways, thanks for reading, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Helsinki again. Well, I'm looking forward to coming over there. That's actually going to become a dangerous part of the world for me if people keep saying that I'm trashing DJs. I'm not. Anyways, you know what's funny? Nobody ever thinks that they're part of the problem. You know, your music is, what I make is as tedious as learning the oboe. Beep, boop, 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 boop. All right, thoughts from Atlanta. Hey there, Billy Redface. Hope this message finds you reading the Monday morning podcast, reading it on time. Ha ha. Real-time media can be challenging. This message is from the ATL/Hot Atlanta. I hated that I missed your show at the Tabernacle. Love the venue. Have never seen a comedy show there. I have, though, seen The Dead Weather, The Raconteurs, The White Stripes, Widespread Panic, The Black Keys, and many, many other great performing artists. I'm glad you've been turned on to Alison Mosshart. Oh, yeah, she's the lead singer of The Dead Weather, man. I was saying last week that she's a rock star, and this guy's agreeing, saying, yeah, she is a true fucking rock star. Amazing. Great backstory on how she started working directly with Jack White after a show at the Tabernacle, while the Raconteurs, however the fuck you say it, were playing with the Kills. Jack White saw her, thought she was the shit. Everyone knows it. What? Jack White, though, is the shit. Everyone knows it. If you don't, then you need to crawl out of your cave and rejoin society. Did I read that right? I guess she was playing with the Kills and was opening for Jack White's band, and he saw her, thought she was the shit, and that's how they got together. I think that's what the point was. I apologize for my reading. Anyways, he said, I want to take a minute and share a few thoughts with you. I've been listening to your podcast for a little over a year now. A few items I feel compelled to comment on. Fat shaming. Thank you. I've been very focused on my health over the last year and dropping off the wagon for about 2 years. It feels great getting back in shape. Your podcast is motivating, and I'm typically listening to it while I'm working out or while traveling on a plane or in a car. Being stationary and reminding myself I need to work out. If you don't like the fat shaming, then don't listen to the fucking program. It's not like there's not a million other things to listen to. Yeah, I think I do fat shaming with a twinkle in my eye, right? Anyways, vegetarian food at Chinese and Thai restaurants. Oh, yeah, I keep bringing that up. Like if I Google vegetarian restaurant, they always show these Chinese and Thai restaurants. He says the reason this shows up is these cuisines are great for vegetarians. If you go to a real Chinese restaurant, not some American Chinese crap, the food is way more focused on the vegetables and is actually quite healthy. Thai's a little harder to find healthy, but there are generally a few great options at authentic Thai restaurants, a.k.a. not mouth-breathing mall food. If you don't believe me, next time you're in Atlanta or I'm in L.A., I'll prove it to you. Dude, I believe you. We don't have to have a lunch date here. Anyways. Yeah, when my version of Chinese food is that, that fucking food you eat and 10 minutes later you're hungry again, that really unhealthy shit. So I really ought to look into that a little bit more, I guess. But anyways, you know what I forgot to do? I wanted to apologize to all the World Cup fans because some people are getting annoyed with me trashing. I just like fucking irritating you guys. It's fun. And I think in your heart of hearts, it really bugs you that the United States doesn't give a fuck about the World Cup. And I know right now you're like, oh, fuck off. But you know it's true. And I think in your heart of hearts, you actually want to be an American, don't you? Come on. You never fantasized about that? Just being some fat fuck on your way to a Walmart. Listening to some country music with your fucking jaw hanging open. All right? Some ill-fitting hat. Listening to some country guy rubbing your balls. If you don't like the South, you can get the fuck out. 'Cause this is America. And we ain't changing for nobody. All right? And then they start playing a violin. That makes you want to leap out of the truck. Come on. We wouldn't want to do that for like a couple of weeks. Europeans, stop, and Australians, stop coming visiting here and visiting the coastal cities. See the real America. Get in the middle of it. Get in the fucking heartland. Go to some of our D, E, and F fucking cities. All right? Why don't you go out there and do some of that shit? Just fucking drive around. Okay? And I challenge you to walk into maybe 4 Walmarts in the middle of nowhere and not break down like that Argentinian guy. All right? Was there any point to be made there? I don't think there was. All right. Other instrument. Dear Billy Coltrane, you play drums and that's awesome. You're a bona fide cool kid. What, because I suck at drums? All right, I'll take that. He said, but if you could play a second instrument and be a master of it, what would you play? Sorry, guitar is not an option. Why? Why isn't it a fucking option? Because you say so? All right, I'll roll with it. You got to choose between a saxophone, trombone, flute, or violin. What's your choice, and what genre of music would you want to be the master of? Thanks, and go flute yourself. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, with the puns over there. If I had saxophone, trombone. Without a doubt. Trombone's a badass fucking instrument. Especially when you mute it with the plunger. I like trumpet, trombone. What would I play? I don't know. Either that New Orleans shit. Or I like the trombone player in James Brown's band. Fred. Right? Whatever that fucking song. Doing it to death. I can't remember the name of the song. Oh, did I tell you guys? I found a fucking killer James Brown. A killer James Brown, like a new version, or not a different take of I Feel Good. You got to hear this shit. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can. You got to listen to that whole song. The bridge is the only thing that sort of sounds like the original version. That just sounds like him fucking around, trying to figure out how he's going to do it. Yeah. Yeah, I would play trombone. I also really like the trumpet. I feel like that's an unbelievably powerful instrument. And my dad had a record when I was a kid. Ted Heath and his orchestra, Swing is King. And they had a couple of sections where it was just a trumpet solo or just the horn section would kick in. And it fucking blew you out of your chair when you were listening to it. If you had a nice hi-fi system back in the day there. And I remember the first time I went and I saw a big band live. I went to Berkeley. I think I told this story before. I went to Berkeley and it was the Buddy Rich band. And Buddy was he was gone by then. He'd been gone probably like 5-6 years. So they just would have these all-star drummers come in and play with the band. And I could not fucking believe. Like a big band was basically, it was 4 trombones, 4 saxophones, 4 trumpets. And, these guys, when they would just, just fucking all of them would play. It's 16 fucking people blowing on horns. It'd blow your goddamn wig back, man. It was unbelievable. So I've always loved that kind of music. I don't know. The shit that I'm listening to now, like I got in a rental car a couple weeks ago, and I just decided I was going to listen to the pop station so I could kind of know what was going on. Just because as a comedian, you got to somehow, it's your job to kind of know what's going on out there, or else your act will really start feeling dated. Like I mentioned a couple months ago when I used Britney Spears as a reference, as like when I was talking about, some young floozy. And it bombed. Like, it got nothing in front of this younger crowd. And then I had to be like, wait a minute. She's like a 32, 33 divorced mother of 2 or 3 kids at this point. She's not 19 anymore, Bill. Fucking 14 years has gone by. Since, oops, I did it again. I played with you, huh?